What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. Nico here with Jude again, ating returnee na guest dito sa UAP podcast na episode kasi we also do PBA, Gilas, and anything basketball. Meron din NBA sometimes. But for today, we are going to discuss what happened in the most recent weekend, the battle between UP against LaSalle, the precious Momowei impending suspension because as of right now, 'di ba, Jude, hindi pa siya finalized. May appeal na sinend yung UE. We have yet to know if accept ba yun, that reject. But we're gonna approach it with the idea na it's gonna be rejected, no? And then last one is the remaining teams in the Final Four. Ano ba yung next remaining game sila? Kasi no one is safe. From seeds 3 to 6. 3 to 6.
Yep.
Kasi tanggal na yun 7-8 with 9 losses. So 3 to 6 pa in contention. So here, let's first start with UP versus LaSalle. And to be honest, I didn't expect UP to have a good start without QMB considering na how much QMB has been a thorn on the side of LaSalle, more especially kay Mike Phillips, di ba?
Yep. And malaking, ano to tawag dito, equalizer si QMB.
Mm.
Kasi, ever since si Malik Diouf left, parang ang laking, he was the MVP, di ba? And even during the finals, he was able to outplay Ange Wame for the most part when they won, di ba? So, malaking bagay na nakuha na si QMB this year. And everyone saw naman the impact throughout the first few games and against LaSalle. So, yeah, can't discredit that.
Yeah, and knowing QMB nga had to go to the US kasi I think his lolo passed away, so rest in peace, our condolences. And I think he'll be
Yeah.
back for their next game, no?
Yep.
Pero dito medyo na-expose yung front. Would you say na-expose yung front line ng UP? Wala naman masyado expose sa UP kasi they're really loaded, but more of when you're up against a front court of LaSalle, of course may expose kayo.
Yeah.
Sina Gani Stevens couldn't get it going. After Gani, diba si Sean Alter? We saw a
Yeah.
few Sean Alter minutes na hindi masyado ganun
Played.
ka-effective kasi then again, bigla mong, ano mo yung your DNP, hindi ka masyado ginagamit and bigla mong ibabato against Lasal.
Against
So in a way,
LaSalle. Oh.
nakaka-throw off yun, nakaka-throw off yun
Oh.
as a player. And Jude, I also want to mention, like, of course, since we're talking about UP already, was that yes, JD Kagulangan played amazing, right? Tried to pick up the slack, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals all around game. But you know who's been disappointing? It's a duo eh. It's Harold Alarcon
Gilgo.
and Jerry
Yes.
Abadiano. Been disappointing
Yep.
this whole season considering na I expect some jumps from those two. Lalo na si Harold na was a two-way player.
Grabe.
I
Yeah.
expected him to get better this year but I don't know. Is it not sure kung
Good
confidence
athlete.
issue ba to? Good athlete, 'di ba? Like two-way player. But the minutes have been dwindling. 19 minutes here, 0 for 8. May 7 rebounds and 3 steals. Pero may kulang eh. May kulang kay Harold, may kulang kay Jerry. Si Jerry, one shot nga lang eh. So, I don't know. What do you think is happening? Is it more of the shot distribution na pupunta kina Baila, Torres, Portea, or is just a matter of the personnel of UP just not meshing together? Like, yes, you have a great collective of talent, but do you think that it's coming back to bite them? Na there's only one ball at the end of the day for UP, or you think it's something much more deeper?
For me, okay, if you look at yung last game lang,
Mm.
um, si JD took 19 shots. Ang
Oo,
susunod na
19
sa kanya
shots.
imagine si
Si Turkulas.
Aldous Turkulas, 10,
Oo.
di ba?
Oo.
So, we all know how JD plays. Hindi naman yan matakaw talaga sa tira. Like, if he
Oo,
needs to
totoo.
set up the
Namamasa
play and
yan eh.
pass, he will really transition kahit may lane yan. If, like, yan, usual sila. Alarcon, Abadiano, Terence Forte, Raylan Torres. He will forward pass every time. Pero yun na nga, sa half court nila, if makita mong ganun, lalo ng fourth, I think first, lalo na ng dulo, siya na talaga, inatake niya na lang yung defender niya. I think kaya hindi sila maiwan ng first few minutes of the fourth. As in, sumasagot lang talaga si JD sa baskets na Lasal. And if you see that, parang may papaisip ka, I don't think issue siya with, what do you call this, shot distribution. Because we know JD is more than willing. And nung NU game, tama ba? Ganun rin. Parang halos lahat ng tira sa kanya eh.
Yeah,
There'd
meron din
has to
siya
be
9
something.
turnovers. Meron din siya 9
Yeah.
turnovers nung game na yun against NU. So more of heavily reliant sila on JD in the past two games, which
Oh,
unfortunately led to a back-to-back losses. I don't remember the last time UP had back-to-back losses in a regular season. Sa
yep.
finals meron, pero regular season I don't remember the last time na nangyari to sa kanila.
And parang na-note nila, I forgot if it was Isa or si Boom na it's the first time Coach Gold has lost four straight to one team, LaSalle. So twice
Oo
in
nga
the
no,
finals.
oo nga no.
Because even the Coach Tab, di ata sila nag four straight. So
Baliktad nga eh.
that's something.
Baliktad nga eh. Hindi man nalo, ano, di ba?
Oh,
Baliktad
so
naman
yun.
sa case ng Ateneo.
Pero yeah, ayun, yung nanonood akong game, Nico, yun talaga iniisip ko. Like, ano meron kay, like, not just the two, like, given na yun, pero Terence Forteas there, si Raylan
Hmm.
Torres there, na parang papaisip ko, ganun kahirap ba sila to get points? And, that might be an issue. Everyone's expecting to go back to the finals and face Lasal in the finals. Baka maging issue. And knowing that we'll talk about it later, yung mga Final Four teams, very defensively sound din sila. They see these
Mm.
games na UP struggle. Baka there's a way to, di ba? And you find a way to shut them down. So, who says other teams waiting to get in the Final Four can't do it as well?
Exactly. Tapos, like another not gripe na. Well, actually, one thing that I observed also here was that si Gani Stevens, I thought na magsa-start siya here in this
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Tapos biglang si Dikachi Odudo, I don't know, like I felt like it could have if you put Gani at the start, get him going. Because Gani has
Mm-hmm.
proven, as has at least shown in the past, not past, I mean, in at least 2-3 games this season, na kaya niya naman eh. But maybe they could put him as a starter. I don't know. Like some
Yep.
people could argue na he's better off the bench as a
Yep.
starter. But I think this could be an opportunity for him sana. But because Ododo was he a net negative here? Let me see. Or rather, wala masyadong nagawa si Dikachi in terms of yeah, it was a -5.
Yeah.
But he had 4 rebounds and a steal. But that's not what you expect from your FSA, much less a
Mm-hmm.
starting center.
Yep. Tama. Like, I don't know if I don't know, si Agonani started and has he been starting for
5 points, di
Lasal?
ba nga? Si Agurano, di ba?
Yeah.
Siya pa
With
yung
the
first
three.
5 points.
Yeah.
So,
So yun.
whoa!
Actually, baka going back to your point, Nico, na pwedeng part din yun eh. Kasi I'm not sure. I maybe I can check for the next time na parang. I don't know how
Mm.
consistent yung starting lineup ng UPS been since the start. Pero parang ang dami nilang different starting fives since the beginning of the tournament. So
Yeah, it
that
changes.
can be
Yeah, 1-2
yeah,
players. Tama ka naman.
yeah. That can be one thing that contributes to yung baka walang rhythm yung scorers nila. Kasi, it's a big thing though. You know who you're playing with. Di ba? Alam naman natin UAP and the way that UP plays, like running, defend hard, physical, mabilis ang palitan nila ng tao at the pace they play. So, if you're not used to the group you're playing with, ang laking bagay nun especially a shooter, let's say sila Alarcon, like, di ba?
Tama. Yeah. And more on LaSalle here. We can not talk about LaSalle, no? Because for UP, it's more of ano ba yung makulang na. I mean, again, wala rin si QMB.
Yeah.
So, is it an excuse? Could be. Pero of course, they expect a lot from themselves. I noticed from the back, kasi as a media, nakakadaan ka sa backstage, di ba? Lasal was
Mm-hmm.
already leaving, like, bihis na lahat, nakaligo na. Alam mo, papunta na lahat sa bus, yung Lasal. UP
Yep.
was still, they were still inside
In
the
their
locker
dugout.
room. They were still,
Yeah.
yeah, they were still in the dugout. I'm sure na they expect a lot from themselves. And they had a 12-point lead, di ba? I'm sure they discussed nila, ano nangyari? Ano sa tayo nagkamali dito? I'm sure may mga they were making sure that the players were accountable on
Yep.
why this could have happened. And yesterday rin, Jude, napansin ko na si Francis Lopez was in foul trouble. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
he committed that mistake na si Josh David ba yun for his fourth foul? Yung parang ginanyo na lang.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
from
think
frustration.
from
Like,
frustration.
silly, parang they lost the ball, tapos he tried to... Actually, okay, credit to him. I'd be frustrated too. Because if you watch the play before that happened, like, nag-screen siya, he was about to roll to the basket, tapos it wasn't called by the refs, but I would call it a foul kasi hinatak siya ni Joshua David. That's
Mm.
why he got the steal. And then on the transition back, foul niya. And that was his fourth foul. And he didn't have, wala siyang rhythm the whole game. And adding na wala si QMB, parang 20 points, 10 rebounds na agad yun between those two players. And he didn't have one because of personal reasons. He didn't have the other
Mm.
one basically kasi foul trouble.
Yeah. Yun lang, it's more of si Francis Lopez, a lot is expected from him considering na he's one of the best players of UP, and then in a game wherein all the spotlights were centered, he underperformed. He had what? In 8 minutes, no, 6 points, 7 rebounds in 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
In an
Ouch.
efficiency standpoint, maganda. Di ba? Like if you
Yeah.
just look at the minutes, in 8 minutes he had
7 rebounds. Wow.
7 rebounds and 6 points. But then you realize, okay, sayang talaga yung ano niya. I think more of
Oo.
yung getting his emotions in check to make sure he stays on the floor longer.
Mhm.
The fouls that were committed. So in a way, the physicality has gotten to his head. In a way, at least in this game, not all the games at easier. Kasi
Yeah.
alam mo naman Lasal, di ba? It's really physical
High
and
pressure.
try na lang i-match yung energy ng UP, which they successfully did. Now for Lasal, Jude, napansin ko rin dito na even though they got out-rebounded, weird, no? Kahit walang QMB, 47-38. Ang ganda na ikot ang bola nila, right? It's 24 to
Yep.
15 and they were moving so fast. Grabe yung pace ng Lasal. It was consistent from first to fourth with the way they're playing.
Mhm. As in, offensively and defensively, lalo na if you watch the fourth quarter, grabe. Like, nakakasakal panoorin yung defense nila. Like, it's not like what UP did to Ateneo in the past few seasons na physical, they'll wear you down. Ito, parang, they're so long, they're so fast. The bigs, Kikyo, Phillips, the wings, Makalalag, si Boris, CJ Ostres
Si
getting back
David is a
into
big
form.
guard. David is a big
Doy
guard.
Dungo is
Oo,
starting to get
dami.
minutes. Grabe. It's so hard to find shots. Oh, tapos yun, yung pace na they play at, UP tries to play the same way, and I think that's a big key to LaSalle's success so far. They can't run as much as they want to. Like, they get the rebound, they try to run down. All five LaSalle players are already
Hmm. Oo.
at midcourt.
Oh, exactly. Yun nga napansin ko eh. It's more of a UP playing LaSalle's game.
Yeah.
And sa Lasal, kita mo yung hierarchy, no, Jude? Kita mo yung it's been consistent sila yung mga titira. They've been consistent. And
Yep.
there's always some random guys who just show up at the right moments. Raven Gonzalez, bro, in 4 minutes, had 7 points and 3 rebounds. So parang magic bullet si Raven Gonzalez, especially in the
The
fourth.
next Captain Hook.
Galing, no? Automatic and then soft touch whenever he's
Parang,
inside.
yep. And no, parang yun na. Maybe he plays less than 10 minutes a game, pero when he's in, he gets the rebounds, he plays good defense, box out. Pag may simple, yung mga midi niya, di ba? Either floater or jump shot, he gets a dunk here and then, di ba? Laking bagay nun. Just give Mike Phillips or kick you 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of rest. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, so more of sa Lasal, we already saw what are the things they did well. They have locked the number 1 seed, sila na. And I
Yep.
heard from the press conference, of course, mentality naman ng teams na to, just because na-lock mo na yung first seed or na-lock mo na yung twice to beat, hindi mo papahinga yung players, but they're still gonna go all out. They want
Yep.
to, of course, they want to start the Final Four. They want to go into the Final Four with the momentum, not coming off from a loss, diba? I mean, medyo
Tama.
na-shock ako may nagtanong sa kanya about that. Usually, parang di
Yeah.
ba na tinatanong yun? Because a coach will always say,
Yeah.
no,
Yep.
why am I gonna do that? But kung i-rest yung mga players ko, they have to be
Mhm.
in tip-top shape heading into the Final Four. So ito,
And
Jude,
then
no? Like, yeah, go.
Yeah, I was just gonna add na parang being like we've been in those situations rin na parang nakikita mo yun, di ba? Parang as a coach, alam mo hindi rin perfect pa yung team mo eh. So, why waste like 40 minutes of quality basketball? Di ba? Parang let's say to rest, di ba? Just play your usual game, try to figure out yung mga problem nyo, whether it's in your offensive plays, your defensive sets, or just as simple as yung rotation mo ng tao. Ang laking bagay nun eh.
Yeah, tama. Malaking ang bagay yun. So another thing na pinag-usapan ngayon sa UAP is the impending suspension of Precious Momowei, or rather the two unsportsmanlike fouls that were called.
Yep.
Ito parang quick hitting tayo dito, Jude, no? Ano sa tingin mo? When you saw those plays, the one on Takara was him trying to contest. Diba?
Mhm.
The one on Jello Crisostomo was him from a spin move attempting a layup.
Yep.
Anong
And he
judgment
made the
mo?
shot.
And he made the
He
shot.
made the shot, di ba? He was asking
Oh.
for a foul in that second one.
Siya may
Okay.
natawagan.
So, in the 3 years, okay, onting context, di ba? I
Mm,
spent a year, one season, but more than a year with the men's nung bubble, then 2 years with the
mm.
women's. And in most of the time, I would cut not just for scouting, but also yung calls that we want to inquire or yung gusto namin i-question with the technical committee and the referees. And we were during one of the meetings, kalimutan ko last season or 2 seasons ago. Kasi ang dami nagsabi naman, hindi naman intentional, walang intent. Okay. Tama naman yun, pero I don't know if they change it going to this season or last. Parang they took that whole, I think even sa FIBA, wala na yung intent in
Okay.
the rule book. It's just basically they look at the action as it is. So
Is
doesn't
it
matter
not a
if may
basketball
intent.
play? Pero
Yeah,
basketball play yun eh.
yeah, that's
Oo.
where, 'di
Oo.
ba, na
Di ba? Doon na
especially
papasok.
especially yung first one sa
Kasi
rebound.
talagang,
Yep,
rebound.
yun
Oh,
motion niya talaga. And he barely actually parang pag
at
tinignan,
yung fast, diba? Yung hindi replay,
mm,
kala mo hindi tumama. Mukha lang
wala eh, 'di ba?
siyang
Parang
phantom, Pero tumama pala.
there's no force. Yung second, pwede ko pabigay na, okay, he's laying up here. He could bring his elbow down here, but he goes out wide. But di ba, in basketball, ang hirap na makontrol yung ganung bagay. And this is me being objective talaga, na unbiased. Kasi di ba last time I said, medyo nag-worry ako because Mo is showing his emotions more. But in this game, when everything was emotions were running high, he seemed in control. Like, he wanted the ball, hindi siya natawagan offensive fouls. Maybe may mga traveling siya. But when they were making the comeback, he was very calm. Like, he seemed locked in. Tas, unfortunately, nangyari yon. There was a lot of blood. It was very graphic. So, ayun, I don't know. They reviewed it. I'm sure andun yung technical committee when they reviewed it, and yun yung decision nila dun. So, ewan ko. I think all basketball fans would agree na he shouldn't have been ejected. And some would argue dapat wala siya at all, kahit isang unsportsmanlike foul, because both
Mm.
really look like regular movements from him. And unfortunately, may nakasalo ng siko niya, which happens in so many games.
Tama nga. Yeah, well, for me, since
Yeah,
ko na rin yung opinion mo, for me, it was not worthy of two unsportsmanlike
yeah.
fouls. Kasi malaki rin implications. Aside from not or disqualifying him from the MVP race, which hardly doesn't matter anymore. So
Mhm.
wala naman talaga siya pake. Like, if players really don't care about the MVP, to be honest, they're just like, oh, I want it, nice. Again, June, diba, I'm sure ikaw, you would agree na all the players care about is winning and getting the championship, diba? Making a
Yep.
mark in the final four till
And
the finals.
they're right there. Ganda ng momentum nila. And
Well,
itong
it
parang,
hit us. It's been
yeah,
stalling lately. They've
yeah.
hit a rough patch,
Diba?
literally a rough patch.
Parang down 27, parang hinabol nila all the way to,
Hinahabol nila,
what was
diba?
it? 6 points ba or 8 points na lang?
Yun naman, mga 8-10,
Yeah.
ganun.
Parang feel mo na, oh my gosh, parang ito na yung getting over that hump, di ba? Na parang finally, all the bad breaks, lalampasan natin. Tapos ganyan pa yung ending. But we're still close till the end kahit na-eject na si Precious Momoy. So, my heart goes out to the UE fans and Precious Momoy. Tapos may magandang moment after the game naman. Parang pumunta siya ng locker room ng USC.
Oh, pinuntahan niya. Yun
Yeah.
nga eh.
Yeah.
Pinuntahan niya talaga. Kasi talagang wala naman, for me, again,
Yeah.
from a perspective, for me, wala. And then, just basing it from what we saw in the replay.
Yeah, I think zero. I think everyone would agree. Zero intent on his part.
Pati nga si Nakikyu na di ba? Yung mga IG stories.
Yeah,
Pati nga si Dave
I think
Ildefonso. Sabi ko,
si
ay!
Dave Ildefonso,
Pati si
yeah.
Angel Baby na had to share his thoughts on IG
Yep.
stories. So, ayun, yun lang naman. Let us know, guys, what you think about the Precious
Yeah.
Momowei. Do some sportsman-like fouls you guys could share in the comments and hindi namin kayo aawain. Makikinig kami. Mahigit.
Yeah.
Can't say the same for the other people, but kami ni Jude, we are very
Yeah.
nice
Open
people.
to discussion lang kasi
Open to discussion kami.
we all
Open
just
to
want
this.
to we all just want the best basketball, di ba? Kasi ang ganda talaga. Grabe yun, Nico. Like, for the longest time, ang hirap makanood ng regular season game outside of UP, USD, UP LaSalle, UP Ateneo the
Oo.
past years. Nagganon yung atmosphere. As in, grabe. I wish I was in the arena that night. Grabe. Intense.
Mm-mm. Intense talaga. Very intense.
Yeah.
Jude, last rather, is the updates on the
Yeah.
Final Four race. So as of right
Yep.
now, guys, it's seeds 3 to 6. So that's UE with 2 more games remaining. UE is currently at 6-6. They will go up against Ateneo and UP. Ateneo's the trap game, to be honest, because UP gusto makabawi. They're not gonna allow to have a 3-game losing streak. I think last na ba game to ng UP? I don't know. Basta hindi papayag ang UP na to keep
Yeah.
pero yung skid nila hindi ayaw nila magtuloy-tuloy.
I think
US
UPS, FEU pa pala, Nico. So they have 2 more games.
Okay, UP has 2 more games,
Yeah.
FEU and UE. Crucial, lahat
Yeah.
crucial.
Yeah.
Next up is UST at number 4, 6-7. Last game against Adamson. That's their last game na. At the fifth seed right now, Adamson 5-7 going up against UST and Ateneo. Very crucial games for Adamson. Basically, Adamson has to win their next 2 games if they want to secure the 4th spot. 'Di ba? Kasi
Yep.
FEU naman, even if FEU wins its remaining game, nakaasa sila sa faith ng teams above them. While
Yep.
FEU is 5-8, last game against UP. That's their final game. So, Jude, ano tingin mo mangyayari? What is a prediction na you think could happen here? For me, feel ko Feel ko UST might go to 3. Tapos number 4, Adamson. But that's just me. That's just me. Because
You know what? Yeah.
UE's in a free fall. And if Momowei does not play in their next game against Ateneo, laking factor nun. And Ateneo, I mean, wala to kinalaman at all to jinxes and everything. Pero when Ateneo faced UST sa Quad Pav, without Tongkara, nanalo Ateneo. So what if Ateneo wants to play spoilers, di ba? They want to end this season on a high note, even though tanggal na sila sa Final Four race mathematically. They are. Tanggal na sila actually. Ano sa tingin mo? How do you see this playing out?
Okay, agree ako na sobrang trap game ng Ateneo.
Sobrang
Especially
trap
that's a
game, di
coach.
ba? Trap game eh.
Puro bata pa rin. Like, who's graduating this year? Is it Chris Coon's last?
Chris Kuhn and Kitevis. Yun lang.
Oh, their captains are graduating, right? They haven't had a good season. Chris Coon hasn't played the whole season because he was injured, di ba? We have a lot of rookies in this team. Have a lot to prove. It's a coach tab team. You're 100% right. Trap game yan. Maglalaro yung
Till the end,
Ateneo.
till the final
Wala
buzzer.
yung number 1 weakness nila, which is they don't have a big, because even if they do have si Balogun, like, objectively, he cannot
He's very
really
raw.
match
He's
up.
still raw. He's still raw.
Yeah. Like, he's big, he's raw, but very raw skills-wise. It's hard to match up, especially with a skilled big like Precious Momowei. So yeah, that one is really a trap game. And then UP is their last game, so we don't know. So I'll agree with you, Nico. Like, I feel like USD pulls off the Adamson game.
Ooh, you feel so makabawi UST sa Adamson because Adamson beat UST
in
round
the
1.
first.
Oh.
Yeah, after USD went 3-0 ba to start or something like that. They lost their first loss was Adamson, and it wasn't a small win. I think double digits panalo nila.
Natambakan nata sila dun.
So, I feel like yung pinakita ng USD in the first half and yung comparing their fourth quarter against UE and their fourth quarter against NU, medyo mas stable. Like, may onting turnovers pa rin, pero they look better. So, I feel like the grit they showed, they're gonna pull off this Adamson game, and then it's gonna be up to Adamson if they can win that Ateneo game, and UE um if they can not fall for the Ateneo trap and
Mhm.
just go to 7-6 before having to face UP. FEU feel ko mahirap na. It's UP, even if
Hirap
they
na.
win,
FEU hirap pero UP.
uh, pero even if they win, di ba, kailangan matalo ng UST sa Adamson or kailangan matalo ng
Oh,
UE
basically ganun.
twice.
Kasi
So,
FEUs,
yeah,
unfortunately, they have 8 losses na eh. Yung iba sa
yeah,
taas nila, only have 7 losses.
yep. But the thing I'll say, like, okay, Adamson might be the sneakiest dito. They have two
Being
games and they have to win.
sneaky eh.
Pero if you watch, ilan ba pala nila? Five? If you look
Mas,
at the five
mas,
wins,
parang
oh,
mas ano no, Jude, mas madali ang quote unquote guys mas madali ang schedule ng Adamson. Like kung if I ask all these teams ano prefer nilang schedule, they're gonna get at they want Adamson's schedule.
yep. Because they just have to play a UST team. Not just, pero UST hasn't been perfect. Malayo.
Oh.
And then after that, they play an Ateneo team na, di ba, is not, right now, they're not in the best form. And feel ko it plays to the strengths pa of Adamson. If tignan mo lahat ng their 5 wins this season, parang they're limiting teams to less than 30% field goal.
Mm.
And UST and Ateneo, sa losses nila, ang sama ng shooting percentage nila. So I feel like ito yung matchup the best, will give Adamson the best chances to get into the Final Four. So it's really exciting kasi sobrang toss-up. Kaya if you're not watching, if you're not doing anything this week, the UST Adamson game, that's the one to watch. It has so many implications to the Final Four.
Yeah, sobra. Sobrang laki na implication. So, ano na yung prediction mo? So, ano naman, di ba?
Yeah, okay. So me, I'm really gonna go with my gut and trust my boys in UST. Shout out kila
Okay.
Nick, Chrisan,
Go Ste.
Migs.
Syempre. Go
Yeah,
Ste.
they're gonna go 3. Okay, they're gonna beat Adamson. I think it's gonna be a close, low-scoring game.
Okay. This time,
Because
makakabawi UST and
yeah,
make it a low-scoring game. Okay.
yep. And then I think UE is gonna lose both their games, so they're gonna fall to 6-8,
Okay.
and then Adamson wins the game against Ateneo, so they're also gonna be at 6-8. So
So,
yun lang, di ko
stepladder.
sure. I don't know how yung tiebreaker is gonna work there. So I think there's gonna be a tie between UE and Adamson for 4.
Pag ganun, tiebreaker yun. Pag ganun,
Okay,
may stepladder format to get the
there.
fourth spot. Kasi di ba,
Yeah.
remember, alam ko Ateneo last year, nag-tiebreaker with Adamson, di ba? Yun yung nangyari.
Tama.
Tapos sa Jerome
Yes.
last team mo sa free throws.
Oh, yeah. Tama.
Yun eh.
So
May
yun.
identical record pa sila. So,
Yep.
interesting. Although, who knows, right?
Yep.
UE, I'm not saying na just because Momowei is not with UE again in the game against Ateneo, it doesn't mean they're not gonna win against Ateneo,
Yep.
diba? Who knows? Maybe it could be the inspiration or diba? It could be the inspiration they need to finally get back on the winning column.
And if you notice because everyone thought Momo is gonna play 40 minutes again against UST. Pero nung umabot ng 27 yung lamang, parang sinab siya. And that's where medyo nag-stabilize yun. Spontaneity kasi grabe yung spacing nila nun. When I think, sino ba? Si Fikes was playing 5.
Oo.
That's where they
Ganda nga
made
na
so many of their threes. So, you don't know, baka blessing in disguise. It's a good matchup against Ateneo maybe. Na they just activate their shooters tapos who can score more. Because Ateneo has been struggling to score this year also.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think nasa bottom 2 ata sila.
Yeah.
Because of how bad they have been. I mean, for lack of ano tawag dito, for the lack of weapons that they currently have, diba, Jude? So,
Yep. And who knows, FU, they have the great, for me, like one of the best FSAs this year talaga si Moko natin.
Coconut
Like, if they copy the game plan of NU, they might sneak a win. Pero I doubt it. I don't think this UP team is gonna let another loss sneak into their win-loss column. Di na. They need the
and
momentum
QMB
going
will
to
be
the
back.
Final Four.
QMB will be back.
Yeah.
QMB will be back.
Yep.
Pero imagine mo na kung matalo yung UP dito, sobrang, that's another sermon waiting to happen. Maybe an hour longer. Mas papatayin sila sa
Think,
practice because hindi acceptable na they're gonna go to the Final Four na ano tawag dito na twice to beat nga kayo but at what cost pa rin. Parang how did we end our
yep,
second round, di ba?
yep. Pag ganun ba, feel mo ring the alarm na for UP if they
Oh,
lose to
medyo ring the
FEU.
alarm. Oh, wait. If they lose to FEU, tapos they're number 2, they face number 4. Good matchup pang Adamson sa UP eh. Sabi natin mag number 4, Adamson. Kinakain lagi na UP. Ay, no. Good matchup
That
pang
goes,
Adamson sa UP. They keep it close against
yeah.
UP.
Oh wait, two. I think is it 2-4 na? Hindi 1-3. Ay, hindi
Di ba ano?
1-4.
Ay,
I
sorry,
think
sorry,
1-4
sorry.
pa. Yeah, yeah.
They won 1-4. Sorry, it's what? Sorry. Adamson will be 4, di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi, sabihin natin, matanggal, hindi. Sabihin natin UE mag 6 and 8. So sabihin natin Adamson mag 7 and 7.
Okay,
Ah,
okay, okay.
ay, gagi, oo nga. Oo. So,
It can still happen. Pwede mag-3 Adamson. You never know.
one Lasal eh. Yeah, so
One
1 and 4.
Lasal.
So, sabihin, one Lasal, 1 versus 4. Yung Uste magiging 4. Oo, pwede pa rin.
Pwede pa
Pwede
rin, pwede pa rin.
mangyari. Pwede mangyari.
Yep. So, kaya mahirap to like relax and say, okay, secured na natin. Seeding doesn't matter. It matters. Momentum matters.
And
Di
the
ba?
fact na
Like,
Adamson keeps it close against UP. Di ba? The first 2 rounds, it's always
yeah,
been a nail biter.
identical pareho actually. Di ba nung first round ba yung they went up big nung first quarter?
Oh, yun
Habol
yung
lang.
first
Oh,
half, first half. They went up big in the first half, tapos nahabol. And
yep.
then, sa
So,
second round, hinabol sila ng Adamson. But, it was close all throughout. It was close all throughout. And then I remember sa last 2 minutes lang, lumayo talaga yung UP.
yeah. I think sobrang identical kasi nag-check ako ng box scores kanina. Sobrang identical. Parang UP scored 70 both times. Tas
Mm-mm.
almost 60. Adamson both times. So, you never know. Lalo na Adamson. I think, grabe Adamson. Check mo yung box scores. Parang umabot sila ng 40 attempts so free minsan.
Say against
So,
UP
if,
or what are you talking about? Like
in
Adamson against
general,
in
I think,
general.
yeah, parang, especially pag wins nila, parang, I don't know if intentional to ni Coach Nash na
Mas
play
madami yan
good
silang 3-point
defense,
attempts.
limit the opponent, tapos tayo will shoot our threes, and wala. Ano tayo? Sort of money ball. Di ba? Parang isipin mo, one day they just hit 12 of those.
And then
And
the
it's,
next day they hit 2
di
out
ba?
of 25.
Yeah, di
So
ba?
parang, whoa!
Baka kabahan pa yung isang twice to beat team against them. So, you never know talaga. So, exciting.
Mm.
Grabe. I can't remember the last time gantong kadigat yung race
I don't remember.
for the
Kasi,
last two slots.
I don't
Kasi
remember.
yung last year parang fourth lang pinaglalabanan, di ba? So,
Oh, fourth na pinaglalaban last year.
ito grabe, like five different teams. Ay, oh, tama ba? Four different teams can still make it to the
Well, kasi
final
ano
four.
eh, pero at one point, it was 5, 6 different teams pa eh.
Yeah,
Kasi slowly nakakat na, di ba? Kasi
yeah.
patapos na yung season. So
Shout
yeah, yun
out to
lang naman.
Enyo actually, you know. Diba, sayang, that run they were on. They were really looking good.
Yeah, shout out to NU. Pero all good things have to come to an end, no? Kasi ano eh, ano tawag dito? I mean, someone has to lose and nadali sila ng
Yeah,
Adamson.
that's true. Yeah, and
Before we end this,
again,
no, Jude.
yeah,
Yeah,
go.
go. Come on
Yeah,
about
wala lang. Like, another testament to the Adamson defense na
they
if
win
chinek mo
ugly.
yung
They
they
win
win
ugly.
so ugly. Parang
Oo.
41 lang ulit score na NU and they were like less than 30% at yung shooting. Grabe, like, di ko alam. Pero experience against Coach Nash, he's so good with scouting, yung mga even individual tendencies ng players. He'll really make individual skilled players uncomfortable. So, ayun, like, it shows they've been limiting teams to less than 50 points when they win. Grabe.
Shoutout pala kay Coach Nash, no? Twice ko na nakita sa sa Robinson's Magnolia. Siya pa yung
Nice.
una nag-hi from afar. Dito ko may kumakaway sa Mary Grace. Sabi ko, si Coach Nash may nagkumakaway sa akin. Coach Nash, ano, Coach? Ako magagano din ako. So, wala lang. Tutuwa lang ako pag really nice guy.
Yep, super.
Dali kausap si Coach Nash kapag nakikita rin kami dun sa press con, nakikita kami dun sa,
Yeah.
yung sa Araneta, where you cross paths. Kasi isa
Yeah,
lang
yeah.
lahat, di ba, doon
The
dumadaan.
corridor.
Unlike sa MOA na, may
May
chance talaga na
dalawang
hindi kayo
sides.
nakikita. May dalawang sides eh.
Yeah.
Last thing, shoutout kay Ariel Silvestre. Happy anniversary daw sa wife niya, si Jade. They're from Canada. So, ito daw yung surprise sa wife niya na cause she likes to be shouted out in radio or podcast. So, yun. Ariel Silvestre, shoutout to your wife, Jade. Thank you for watching all the way from Canada. Lupit, no? Gulat ako sa mga ganitong
Yep.
messages. And,
You cannot, walang limit yung pagiging basketball
oh, bro. Wala
fanatic.
talaga. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. For those on Spotify, follow 5-star rating. Always nice to have Jude here. Sabi ko 30 minutes. Nag-extend kami ni Jude. Dami kami
Yep.
napapag-usapan pagdating sa basketball. We'll have him again in the next UAP episode. Especially, the Final Four is about to be set in a matter of weeks. 1 to 2 weeks kasi 'di ba may bubble pa. May Gilas bubble, may
Oh,
Gilas
yeah.
season pa.
Window, yeah.
Oh, they have to take a break because KQ is part of the Gilas national team
Yeah.
and they'll have their first game on November 21 against New Zealand. So, yun lang naman. See you guys next time. Peace.